Bienvenidos, soy la bruja Espinada, and I'm here with your special full moon in Libra reading. So let's get started. Remember that at the very end, we have the closure / clarification / is my wish being granted question. So make sure you have that yes or no question ready at the end, and we will be doing the live shuffle of the what's being attracted to you at this time. So getting into the reading, when asked what needs to be released at this time for the watcher, what came out was the High Priestess and the Five of Pentacles. So the High Priestess has a lot to do with your intuition. It has a lot to do with being able to go inside and not necessarily come to terms, but going within. It has a lot to do with going within to reach a different level of spirituality. And the High Priestess is letting you know that if you have been thinking very logically, practically, or you're just that type of a person where you're logical and practical, or try to live your life that way, the High Priestess is telling you that you need to release that. Right now, what you need to do is go inside for inner change, go inside for inner guidance, but mainly to build on working on your intuition. Now, when paired with the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles has a lot to do with despair, discouragement, sadness, grief, poverty, and yeah, we want to release that. But it also has to do with being too proud to ask for help. Now, it's really important because if you have to make some inner change, which is why she's here telling you that you need to go within, you need to go within to start making some changes. And it might be that you need to stop being so prideful in asking for help. Which has kind of been of a theme for the past couple of readings. It's been highlighting, hey, don't be afraid to ask for help. Right now is the time. Now, when asked what needs to be embraced at this time, what came out was the Six of Swords and the Four of Cups. Now, the Six of Swords has a lot to do with things going smoothly right now. So embrace this time. Now, it could be that there's been some difficulty, there's been some disagreement, there's been something that you've just overcome. So right now it's telling you that right now is the time to just take a breather. Right now is smooth sailing, things are going well, just let them play out as they're supposed to. Now, there's movement, there's things that are coming forth now, like new changes are coming through, but these changes are for the better. And when paired with the Four of Cups has a lot to do, it's funny because the Four of Cups actually has a lot to do with getting in touch with yourself. Usually it's stagnancy, but this is telling you that right now at this time that all these changes are coming through, or all these changes have just occurred, like something has happened and now you're just moving on from the situation. This is letting you know that it's okay at this time to get in touch with yourself. So when with the High Priestess and with the Five of Pentacles asking for help, going inside for inner change, it's for you to get in touch with yourself. So it's time to embrace that, to release trying to continue forward on this change for the better with relying just on your practicality and logic. You also have to maintain that balance of logic, practicality, and intuitive thinking, in order to be able to ask for help. And remember, it's all for the better. Now, when asked of the lesson, what is the lesson at this time from the Threads of Fate, what came out was the Ancestors card. It's a very beautiful card, the Ancestors card. What the Ancestors tells us is this card is encouraging you to deepen your relationship with your ancestors, to bring whatever you want and to bring whatever you want guidance on to them. If you have not already done so, making an altar just to your ancestors is a good way to begin. You can ask them what they want as offerings and put pictures, if you have them, or symbols of them on it as well. It may be a good idea to take pilgrimage, if possible, to the places they once lived. If not, learn as much as you can about them and where they come from. You may ask them if there is any healing that you can do for them. It is important to honor your ancestors and where we come from. Do so however you can. This card may also be a signal, may also signal a need to tend to our ancestral trauma. We can inherit the suffering of those in our lineage. This is an opportunity for you to remove blocks within yourself, but also to release your ancestors from the trauma as well. It reverberates down the entire lineage. So while we may view it as something that hinders us, try to view it as a way of healing many more than just yourself. Sometimes we can become reliant on the guidance of others. It is important to remain sovereign and independent when holding counsel. Understand that working with your ancestors is different than working with other guides or allies. They will have their own opinions about you and your life. You may need to use discretion. It's actually a really good point, especially when it's saying that you need to ask for help, but you have to go within. So going within, trusting your inner self, making that inner change, especially when it says to get in touch with yourself. So yeah, you can ask for help, but always remember that if you're going to be using your intuition is being used to go with what feels right for you. So getting in touch with yourself to work on that inner change for that intuition, very important. So ask your guides, ask your ancestors for that help. Now, when asked of the animal oracle what message they have for you at this time, I did the shuffle several times because a whole bunch kept coming out, but of the ones that kept coming out, 2 were very prominent and repetitive. So it was the deer spirit and the porcupine spirit. The deer spirit, which is bring a gentle touch, tells us that the time has come to be gentle and diplomatic when dealing with others. You may have found yourself in a situation where negotiations are necessary in order to reach your goal. Be mindful of the words you choose, but do not worry. Dear Spirit reminds you that you have the ability to be sure-footed and confident while showing humility and respect for others. You will find that your capacity for calm and grounded communication is heightened at this time. Follow the way of Dear Spirit, and you will do well, gaining the respect of others and finding common ground that is pleasing to you. Remember that understanding others and their needs will be more powerful at this time than putting your own first. If you do that, you will be rewarded tenfold. The additional message. Dear Spirit is bringing you a gentle warning that now is not the time to engage in an argument, no matter how volatile others are being. Do not match their intensity with your own. If you are dealing with an overly assertive person, step back and disengage, lest you agree to something out of alignment with your intentions. Don't let anyone bully you into anything you're uncomfortable with. You have solid footing if you stand your ground with grace. Those who disagree will begin to find their own gentleness and willingness to compromise. Dear Spirit also brings the message that it may be easy to offend someone today or take offense because someone lacks diplomacy. Let all of that pass. You are not meant to take this world personally. While it's a beautiful gift to be sensitive, today you need a tougher hide so that any compromises you make allow you to maintain your integrity. The High Priestess, going inside to trust your intuition and getting in touch with yourself to know how to get on those smooth sailing waters when dealing with others. Now, Porcupine Spirit. Porcupine Spirit says, time for beginner mind. When Porcupine Spirit calls your name, you're being asked to adopt a beginner's mind and to approach situations with innocence and curiosity. The old Confining stories no longer have hold on you. Life is full of surprises hiding in plain sight. Looking at the world afresh with new eyes can help you find what you have been seeking. Whether it is a relationship, an opportunity, or evidence, you have all you need right now to co-create what you desire. Who knew? Porcupine asks you to be playful and have a childlike curiosity. There is so much waiting for you that you have yet to discover. Remember all those smooth sailing, changes for the better. The additional message. Are you feeling prickly and defensive lately and assuming you will be hurt before you have seen any sign that such a reaction is called for? Perhaps an old sense of guilt and shame is causing you to be cynical and wary. When you are meant to be open and curious, self-protection is a good thing, but you may be protecting yourself from something that will not actually harm you, but instead will bring you abundance, happiness, and love. Remember your innocence, and you will see that you have what you have been overlooking. Porcupine quills are filled with air, allowing porcupines to float in water. Now is the time to let your innocent nature keep you buoyant. I think we've had that part before. Okay, so now go ahead, get your yes or no question ready, and we will see what the universe will say to you. What answer do you have for the watcher? 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 Oh. This is the first time I think that we haven't really had an immediate. Oh, there we go. Oh, not the right time. Maybe, I don't know if that was telling that to me because I was getting irritated, but there you go. Not the right time. So going with, that right now you just come out of something that you need to get over that pride to ask for help. You need to go within to get in touch with yourself and make some inner changes. Maybe that's why it's not the right time. So consider that, okay? Now, let's see what's being attracted to you at this time with the law of attraction. Ooh. I usually pre-shuffle all my cards, so I don't have to do this, but I don't know, I'm usually drawn to shuffle again, just to ensure that all previous readings are outside of this. What is being attracted to the watchers at this time? Sorry, I inherited this table, so it's like very, very squeaky. Okay. Ultimate love. Forgive others and yourself. Release past. Send love and light. Change inner to change outer. There you go. Gotta go within. Make those inner changes. Remember that these changes are for the better. Don't be too proud to ask for help. And get in touch with yourself. Especially if you're feeling stuck. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next week.